Hey, what's up, y'all? Odid here once again, doing something very different for me and my channel. I'm going to make the pozole or posole style soup. So here's all the ingredients: extra virgin olive oil, hominy, enchilada sauce, tortillas de maíz. We got some onions, some garlic, cumin, cayenne pepper, tapatio. And then I'm going to use chuletas de lomo, the center cut pork chops. I know some people use the pata. I've used that before. I've used the pata. I've used regular pork chops, pork butt, everything. I like the way these come out. And what I'm going to do with these is, and they're bone-in, by the way, bone-in center cut. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut them all up into kind of like cubes, put them in a pot, kind of like this, with some olive oil, and kind of sear them first, just to get a nice char on the outside, and then fill up some water and boil them. So we'll go over that right now. That's coming up, and then I have some cabbage and then some cilantro. So this is kind of how the whole thing's going to go, pozole soup. Alright, so I got the pork chops cut up, and as you can see I left the bone and some of the meat on the bone. This is basically for flavor. All this bone marrow is going to be really good flavor. So we're going to put it in here into this pot. It has some extra virgin olive oil on it. And I'm actually going to sear this first. I don't know how many people do this. Most recipes that I see, they put it in water and just kind of boil it. But I want to get a nice sear on the outside of the meat first, because I think it'll give it more flavor. And then of course, then you'll get all that nice little like grunge on the bottom of the pot. You can kind of pick it off with a spoon, like a wooden spoon, and then it'll go into the soup. And it'll add more flavor, I think, to the stock, the soup stock myself. So we're gonna let this kind of like sear, for a little bit, and then we'll add water to it, just above where the meat line is, and then it'll boil for about 45 minutes after that, and we'll kind of go from there. Alright, so it's in the pot. I've added some smoked pepper and salt to it, and maybe about a teaspoon, and it's kind of simmering there, kind of moving around. Then I have about half a small onion here. I'll put that in there so we can kind of get this nice and caramelized. And then I have I would say a large clove of garlic here. Put that in there. You can do that at the beginning too if you want, but I like to kind of get a little bit of a head start on the meat so you don't kind of burn the garlic. So anyways, let's let that cook, and then we'll start on the simmering process. Alright guys, this took about 30 minutes to kind of get a nice sear with all the salt, pepper, and I left all the juice in there from the fat, because there wasn't very much fat, and then from the bones and the onions and garlic and all that. And as you can see, it's already making a nice stock. You can see by the color. That's from the bones and all that. And then I filled this up with water, just basically to where the meat is what you want to do. And then you're going to turn this up to till it boils, and then turn it down and let it simmer for 45 minutes. If it gets too low, add some more water. Alright guys, as the meat is simmering for the pozole, you can take your hominy. This is the kind that I use. And in case you watch this video and then forget some of the ingredients, they're actually, I kind of based my recipe off the back of this can. It's a little bit different, but that was like my, the main thing, and then I kind of added more things to it after that. But anyways, so you're going to take this and all the hominy, the basically white corn. That's kind of what I would do with it. Kind of start the water, and you just want to clean it out a little bit. Like that. And then once the simmering is done on the meat, we'll throw this into the pot. Alright, after 45 minutes, this is what the pozole consistency is like, if you want to check it out. And I'm gonna leave those bones in there for now. You can take them out later, or now if you want, but I leave them in just for more soup kind of flavor to it. We're gonna add the hominy, which I drained already. Stir that in and then let it simmer for another 30 minutes. Alright, this is what it looks like after another 30 minutes with the hominy in it. I just took a little sip of it with the hominy and the broth. And I mean, at this point you could probably leave it like this, but if you want to take it to the next level, which is what I want to do, we're going to add some enchilada sauce. You can make this from scratch, and I'm kind of cheating because I'm using canned enchilada sauce, but I'm going to put just slightly less than a cup. Pour that in there just to give it some color and like a little bit of a kick. This is the mild, by the way. You can get medium or hot. I actually wanted medium, but they didn't have it. I kind of like my posole on the medium style, and this actually gives it flavor and color, as you can see. And I think by checking the sauce and the just how it was tasting before I put this in there, I don't think I'm going to add much more of the red sauce at this time. And we're going to actually add some tapatio, a little cup here, about that much, which is a pretty good amount. Put that in there. This is cumin, tablespoon. I'm going to throw that in there. And then half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Put all that in there. And then we'll come back for the garnish, which is the onion, cilantro, and the cabbage. And actually, I'm going to throw a little bit of cilantro in there now, just to give it some flavor. Alright, and this is going to go for another 30 minutes, and we'll come back later. Alright, the pozole is almost ready, so it's time to heat up some tortillas de maíz. Alright, after another 30 minutes of simmering, this is kind of what it looks like. This will probably be the end of the cooking process, of course, unless you want to change something up, after you taste it. I took a little snifter of it. I think it's pretty good. So I'm going to turn this down to basically almost low. Just a spoon over here. And I'll probably grab, like kind of that consistency. Oh, steaming up the camera. Pardon me. Probably, yeah, about like that. That's kind of how I like my bowls of the pozole. We'll take it over here. And we're going to add some kind of raw ingredients. Not as a garnish, but for extra flavor, kind of. Got some lemon. Add that in there. Kind of move it on down the line. Chopped up onion. Throw some of that in there. A little bit. Not too much. Some more cilantro. Throw that in there. Cabbage. And knocked it over. A little bit of oregano on the top. And then I heated up some corn tortillas. Probably get a couple of those like that. Those are actually 3. Get a spoon out, probably a big spoon. So that's kind of what it looks like when it's done. So check that out. Blend it around. Take a little taste and let me know what you think. Later.